Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is LB the Realist. This is Surrealistic Studios, where the real is surreal. Thank you for joining me today. So, mainstream media has been largely quiet about this so far, at least. But tens of thousands of Palestinian people, that is, marched on the Israel-Gaza border on Friday, March 30th of 2018. And this was supposed to be a peaceful march, but Israel met them with over 100 snipers that they used to injure more than 1,400 people. And 17 of those people, it's been reported 16, but new report says 17 Palestinian protesters have been killed by snipers. I've seen video of Palestinian people running away and being picked off with bullets. So Israel supposedly tweeted about the event and claimed responsibility, but then later deleted it. Luckily, people were able to screenshot the actual tweet. And Benjamin Netanyahu praised Israeli soldiers for protecting Israel's borders. So him, as well as other commentators, have made note that they think it is their idea that the Palestinian protesters were trying to invade their territory by going through the fence or climbing over the fence. I've found no such videos. I haven't seen evidence of that myself. If you have, please leave it in the description. Leave it in the comment section so I can check it out. So Bernie Sanders actually condemned the massacre, and I'll go ahead and read to you from The Hill. Senator Bernie Sanders, an independent from Vermont, on Saturday condemned the deaths of Palestinian protesters during demonstrations on Israel's southern border. At least 17 Palestinians were killed by both live ammunition and rubber bullets fired by Israeli troops in Gaza after tens of thousands of Palestinians marched along the Israel-Gaza border Friday, CNN reported. Sanders issued a statement Saturday afternoon condemning the deaths and declaring that Palestinians should be free to protest without fear in a series of tweets. The killing of Palestinian demonstrators by Israeli forces in Gaza is tragic. It is the right of all people to protest for a better future without a violent response, the Vermont senator wrote. Meanwhile, the situation in Gaza remains a humanitarian disaster. The U.S. must play a more positive role in ending the Gaza blockade and helping Palestinians and Israelis build a future that works for all, he added. Sanders' remarks make him among the first U.S. politicians to speak out publicly against Friday's violence. His tweets come after a video of the confrontations between Israeli troops and Palestinian protesters gained attention on social media, including a graphic clip apparently showing a 19-year-old Palestinian teen being fired upon by sniper bullets. Sanders has criticized Israel in the past, in particular for the country's 2014 response to terrorist attacks committed by pro-Palestinian armed groups, while also defending Israel's rights to defeat terrorism. As somebody who spent many months of my life when I was a kid in Israel, who has family in Israel, of course Israel has the right not only to defend themselves, but to live in peace and security without fear of a terrorist attack, Sanders said in 2016. That is not a debate. Sanders is also an opponent of Boycott, Divest, and Sanctions, BDS, an international anti-boycott act meant to protest treatment of Palestinians by Israeli authorities. So we all know about the Anti-Israel Boycott Act, which basically stated that no organization, business, or American can boycott. Otherwise, we could be hit with a minimum of a $250,000 fine or up to $1 million fine. And also, I believe it's up to 20 years in prison. All for BDS, or boycotting Israel. So this is unbelievable, and I find it even more unbelievable that somebody like Bernie Sanders could be so right on so many different issues, but be so wrong and put his blinders up on something as simple as this. It's simple. You see the massacre going down. You see it right before your eyes. You see these Palestinian people being picked off with sniper bullets. Israel set up 100 snipers on their border to pick off Palestinian people, protesters. They were marching peacefully. And furthermore, even if they did, in which I found no evidence of them ever trying to get through the fence or anything like that, even if they did, where are the non-lethal weapons? I mean, they have rubber bullets that still killed people. 17 people died. It was been reported that 16 people Palestinian people died. Then it was 17 people. So over 1,400 people were injured either by bullets, rubber bullets, or tear gas that they used with drones that flew over their heads and dropped tear gas on them. This is what they do to peaceful protesters in Israel. Look at what we did here in America to our peaceful protesters, our indigenous folk out there in North Dakota when they had the No Dapple protest going on. Everywhere around the globe, they're cracking down on peaceful protesting. And then we have people like Bernie Sanders, who's right on so many issues, but is so wrong on this one that says he's against BDS. Well, what more do you want people to do when atrocities and massacres such as this one that you clearly acknowledge go on? The Palestinian people have been pushed out of their land. Now, it's a fair argument as to whose land it really belongs to, but from what I'm understanding, the Israelis claim that land going all the way back to King Solomon in biblical days. But the truth of the matter was the Palestinian people were in that land until 1948 when they started being pushed out. So, you know, it's very tragic and it's very unfortunate that this kind of situation has to continually go on. You know, and it's even more sad that our political leaders in America, I should say, continuously support this. And we fund Israel and we give them all of our support to keep these atrocities going. You know, now Donald Trump comes out and makes the official capital of Israel, Jerusalem. So it's just getting worse and worse. More and more people are dying. And all for what? All for land. Meanwhile, there's a blockade going on. And these people can't get what they need to survive. And when they do, you know, it's very little. And they have to deal with Israeli soldiers kicking them out of their land. Just last year, 7,000 new Israeli settlements were approved. So more and more land is being taken away. More and more rights are being stripped away. And it's increasingly depressing. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Comment if you feel as though it's important. I feel as though it's important for you to comment because I'm learning. I'm learning as I go. I mean, I don't believe that anybody has the answers to the many problems of the Middle East, but I know what's wrong and what's right, and killing people, peaceful protesters being met with bullets, rubber bullets and tear gas is wrong. So, like I said, comment, like this video, subscribe to me if you haven't, and share this video so the word can get out. Until the next time, you guys, love, peace, chicken grease. Keep spreading that enlightenment, and I'll see you guys on the next one.